Time now for another check on your morning forecast, Henry.
Thank you, Emma Grace. We'll continue to enjoy some quiet weather, but in case you missed it, yesterday the National Weather Service in Charleston did put out some information about the severe weather that we dealt with on Tuesday, confirming 2 tornadoes in the Middle Ohio Valley, beginning in Washington County, both of them crossing over into Pleasants County, one of them continuing further east into Doddridge County. Now, at the moment, the strength and exact track is still being determined, and when that information is released, we will let you know. But for right now, enjoying some cool air, continuing to move into the Middle Ohio Valley with high pressure around. That is going to allow us to actually get a pretty fantastic day across the region. Now this morning there may still be some areas of patchy fog, especially along our rivers and creeks, but into the afternoon everybody should be enjoying lots of sunshine as we get temperatures into those upper 70s. Now we do slowly warm up into the weekend up to around 82 by Saturday, but the humidity also going to be increasing for us. That's why if you're able to today, get outside. Dew point wise, it's in the comfy zone for us. Now it does start to get more humid towards Sunday and even into the start of next week, and that's going to coincide with some unsettled weather that we're going to keep an eye on. Now into the mountains Saturday, may see some rain there, but for us we should at least stay dry. And as we get into Sunday night, we may see some showers and storms. If not, so far we're looking at Monday and Tuesday for some more showers and thunderstorms across the region. So enjoy that quiet weather while it's around. You may need that jacket this morning, as a lot of us are starting off around those low to mid 50s, but by noon should be up to around 72 degrees, and then those afternoon temperatures around the mid to upper 70s. So relief from the heat for us, and I bet a lot of people are letting their ACs take a well-needed break. Even tonight we'll drop down to those upper 50s, and looking ahead at tomorrow, back up into those low 80s, but still a very pleasant into the week. So we're going to continue to stay on the dry side through the weekend, and then looking ahead at next week, there is that chance for showers and thunderstorms back in the picture. Going to keep an eye on that potential for severe weather. Right now, the Storm Prediction Center is highlighting an area towards the Great Lakes, not including the Middle Ohio Valley right now, but we'll see how next week shapes up in terms of any more strong storms around Monday and Tuesday before we see some quiet weather returning for the second half of next week. Emma Grace.